hear the love for women's basketball, the appreciation for what Caitlin's done, and Coach Bluter. So, we had decided prior to the outcome of the game that we were going to stay out there and be part of that to honor her and where women's basketball is. And we know that the things we're doing, we get to write our own story, but are part of a synergy around women's basketball that has, in many ways emanated from here.
Lindsay Gottlieb is
Welcome back to the Gailey Center in Los Angeles,
She
California.
has such an understanding of what the UConn program has meant to women's basketball as she builds a team that picked up its first one seed since the 80s last year.
We are back on the way in the second quarter of action.
We lost to Tennessee, which
We
was
are underway in quarter number 2.
800th win, and the ceremony after, we all stayed out for it, and obviously you don't need to say anything more about the impact that she has had on the game. But it's those moments, it's those things that are legacy moments that you want to honor because of what it means and because of what it means for all of us to be involved in this great game.
Maria Fan is getting positioned whenever she wants it. She missed that time. USC, Sarah, is 2 for 14 from 2.
There's a lot of things to take away from that with the big-time block, as she normally does, but Rhea Marshall, the fact they're still up by 1.
Lead feed ends up out of bounds. Ohio State will have it.
And in ways you feel like USC has been disjointed offensively. Even some of the more quality looks they're getting have not gone through, especially some at the basket. And Ohio State has made some shots and is playing some good pressure defense. And it just kind of shows you where things are at in terms of the tempo and the clip that they want to be moving at and what that looks like as they get into the second quarter.
See Cody McMahon back in with 2 personal fouls. She was out for the balance at the end of the first half, and here she is with 7 to shoot. Maria Fan hip to hip with her 3 to shoot. Got to get it up on the rim, and that's a turnover. 2 odd timing plays the last couple of minutes.
And that's a part of it, for as much as you can look at it and say,
Okay. Well, speaking of Ohio State Buckeyes, the football team has won the national championship since Monday, January 20th last month.
How to disrupt you and take you out of what you're trying to do.
There's a lot down low. Marshall, nice catch. She scores.
Now, for Notre Dame, Fighting Irish, they're trying to win their first national championship game since 1988. But it didn't work out for them. But maybe they can eventually go for the national championship game again next year. But this time they gotta have to win. Like, yeah, they got to win the national title, all that stuff, and, like, let me assume that if Notre Dame makes it to the national championship game again next year, but if they do it, it would be nice.
All of those. Pull up won't go for Cambridge.
And she's going to get off.
And I do remember a year ago, I did went to the...
Another lob and another deuce for Area Finn.
Another deuce.
That's a beauty of a play, because you saw Theory flying.
What a beauty.
See if she can get a hand on
Let me
that
assume something.
to help.
Boy, a good post feed can change an offense, can it?
Oh, yeah, they are making it look easier than what it is to put it on point. And that starts, though, with the work done by Area Finn.
Oh, no!
Marshall looked like Jaden Mayama there, trying to throw it 50 yards downfield to the Coliseum. There's a turnover. Somewhere Lincoln Riley's like, don't throw it.
So I want to tell you now, my favorite player out of the USC Trojans is by Juju Watkins. Yeah, Juju Watkins. And let me tell you, our team is behind UCLA Bruins, but I think we both tie for first place. But But Ohio State and USC are both tied for second place. But this is a tie record I have never seen. This is kind of. But
coaching at DePaul, and I was your radio announcer.
Correct.
It's a long time ago.
I think, speaking of Ohio State Buckeyes versus Tennessee,
We have a kicked ball. It's going to be USC basketball.
turnover.
For as much as both these teams' coaches have been
It's our ball now.
pressure, physicality, all that on the defensive side.
I think Ohio State,
of the keys have been taken care
that
of the
game is just
basketball, and both
the
teams
bomb, I'm
struggle on
telling
that
you.
end, and it's really had a lack of flow for both teams and what they're trying to get into
Let's
on
see.
the
What's
offensive side.
not far from Ohio? Indiana.
Goes around and misses.
Indiana is the only one that's not far from Ohio.
To the rim, she gets two
We have
and
couple
foul.
states that ain't far from Pennsylvania. We have
In Watkins, you can see some of the frustration.
We have
on her
Ohio
face. You
and
see the hit,
Indiana.
She's coming from behind, gets Theory across the arm.
and Indiana is not far from Chicago, Illinois
This
either.
is a nice play by McMahon.
Wow,
To get
maybe
it up,
we
get
should.
it up quickly.
Maybe one of these years we should like go to maybe to Ohio,
Taylor Theory, and you mentioned it, the 2.2
or maybe to
steals per game.
Indiana.
She's excellent, but also the offensive side of the ball.
Let's
Ohio State has
then you
relied
visit
upon
to
her
the
more veteran player, a senior.
to the
Now she, on both sides of the floor, needs to be that type of glue and vocal leader.
She's been
to
a
the
top 10 field goal
University of Notre Dame.
percentage player in the NCAA in her
Like home of the
past.
Irish.
We'll get a foul.
If that's the case, you know,
And if it is, that's her second. We'll see. By the way, that free throw was not
That's
only
Pat
the first free
McAfee.
throw of the game for Ohio State, it was the first foul against USC of the game.
Wow.
that's on ESPN2. That's Ohio
They get
Ohio
Madison Reed
Stadium.
on the foul. That's her first. Echols leave up to three. She'll spin it to the
Field
other corner.
pass.
And Watkins. Juju on another skip. Echols shovels it. Rhea Marshall scores.
gets to go.
Play by Heckler. And we've seen this through the course of how Heckler has played this season as just a freshman out of Portchester, New York. But she can get down. She's so fast off the dribble. And so she can get downhill, she can get in the paint, and does a nice job, though, with patience at the end of that to create. And that little dump-off play was something that will continue to keep the defense honest.
Multi-sport star in high school, softball, volleyball, basketball at Long Island Lutheran. She did have a quadruple double in high school. That is very difficult to do.
I assume the steals for the fourth?
I have to imagine so. We're digging up.
I'm sorry.
Here's Petty. She scores.
Asia Petty has really come out and played solid and done so in an aggressive way on the offensive side, something that had been a bit lacking these last 5 games.
Juju missed it for three. That would have been a highlight. She got hit with that basketball and redirected to Heckle. The jumper won't go for area fed, and then Watkins sticks her nose in again, less literally this time.
Ohio State Buckeyes are catching up with us by 3 points.
In this USC team, you see the bounce go off her face here. She crashes the glass, looking for a little tip in and picks up the foul. And hopefully this is an opportunity to see one go through and get her back in her shooting rhythm.
She had a game like that the other night before their road trip against Minnesota about a week and a half ago. She opened 0 for 10 and still found her way. above
Next
20.
Friday,
So that's the scary
Indiana
part.
will take on UCLA for the men's basketball. That's a big game.
There's no question. Yeah, to that
This
point,
one,
exactly.
this time it's gonna be on
And
Fox
for
this
her,
time.
There's no question. You just want her to keep shooting because
This is
in
another
some,
thing
she's a player
that
there is no way that will continue, and you want her to keep taking those type of shots.
McMahon lets it rip and missed everything. Juju, little wraparound pass into the corner, and that three won't go for Heckle. Finally, a defensive rebound for the Buckeyes and a foul called against USC on the reach-in by Marshall. Sort of a disjointed game so far. Both teams have got to feel like they're happy they're in it, or in USC's case, leading.
And that's, it's felt odd. It's a little off, and I think because of that. And again, I think sometimes when you have two very defensive-minded teams, it can jump things up and disrupt it enough that it feels that way because they are playing hard and pressure and playing physical.
Both teams' defenses allowing under 30% from the floor. Petty has been tough to handle. There's two more on a duck in.
Asia Petty has been the key here for Ohio State. She averages under 10 points per game, already has 8, and she has been working. It's been the footwork on the inside, before the catch, facing up, continuing to attack. Little dump off by Cody McMahon, and yeah, she's pulling out all the moves. USC up 3.
And we'll be right back.